In the final book of the Bible, the Book of Revelation, a mysterious message is sent to 7 churches in Asia Minor. These communities of early Christians were living under the powerful shadow of the Roman Empire. Among these messages, one line stands out. A name appears briefly, yet powerfully: Antipas. He is called my faithful martyr. His story is connected to one of the most magnificent cities of the ancient world, Pergamon. Today, Pergamon lies in western Turkey near the modern town of Bergama. But in the 1st century, it was a thriving Roman city filled with temples, theaters, and monumental buildings rising high above the surrounding plains. And it was here that one man's faith would lead him to martyrdom. Ancient Pergamon was not just another city of the Roman Empire. It was one of the most influential centers of religion and culture in the region. The city stood proudly on a steep hill, crowned with palaces, libraries, and temples. Among its most famous monuments was the monumental Altar of Zeus, a massive structure that symbolized the religious authority of the city. Pergamon was also a center of the imperial cult, the worship of Roman emperors. As divine figures, citizens were expected to offer sacrifices to the emperor and the traditional Roman gods. To refuse such acts was seen not only as religious rebellion, but also as political disloyalty to Rome. For the early Christians living in Pergamon, this environment created enormous pressure. In the book of Revelation, Pergamon is even described with striking language. I know where you live, where Satan's throne is. Many historians believe this phrase refers to the powerful pagan temples and imperial worship that dominated the city. It was in this challenging environment that a Christian leader named Antipas lived and preached. According to early Christian tradition, Antipas served as the bishop of Pergamon during the 1st century. He is believed to have been a disciple of John the Apostle, one of the closest followers of Jesus and the author traditionally associated with the book of Revelation. As bishop, Antipas led the Christian community in Pergamon at a time when Christianity was still a small and often misunderstood movement. Christians refused to worship Roman gods. They rejected sacrifices to the emperor, and they proclaimed loyalty to one God alone. For Roman authorities, this refusal could be seen as dangerous. For Antipas, however, faith came before fear. He continued to preach and guide the Christian believers of Pergamon despite growing hostility around them. As Christianity slowly spread throughout the Roman world, tensions increased between believers and the traditional religious authorities. In Pergamon, where emperor worship was especially strong, Christian resistance attracted attention. Ancient sources suggest that local pagan priests and officials began to see Antipas as a threat. Some traditions even claim that Antipas performed miracles and healed the sick, which caused many people to abandon pagan worship and turn toward Christianity. If such stories were believed by the people of Pergamon, they would have alarmed those responsible for maintaining the traditional religious order of the city. Eventually, Antipas was arrested and brought before the Roman authorities. He was ordered to offer sacrifice to the Roman gods and the emperor, a simple act that could save his life. But Antipas refused. According to early Christian tradition, the punishment for Antipas was both cruel and symbolic. He was placed inside a large bronze bull-shaped altar used for pagan sacrifices. A fire was then lit beneath the metal structure. As the bronze bull heated, Antipas was slowly burned alive inside it. Despite the agony, the story tells that he continued praying until his final moments. His death left a powerful impression on the Christian community. It was not merely the execution of a religious leader. It became a symbol of unwavering faith in the face of imperial power. In the book of Revelation, this sacrifice was remembered with striking words. You remain true to my name. You did not renounce your faith in me, not even in the days of Antipas, my faithful witness, who was put to death in your city. These words preserved Antipas's name in one of Christianity's most sacred texts. The martyrdom of Antipas highlights the challenges faced by early Christians in cities like Pergamon. These communities lived surrounded by temples, imperial ceremonies, and powerful religious traditions that had existed for centuries. Choosing a different faith often meant social isolation, persecution, or even death. Yet the courage of individuals like Antipas helped Christianity survive and grow. Within a few centuries, the Roman Empire itself would transform. What was once a persecuted religion would eventually become the dominant faith of the empire. Today, the ruins of Pergamon stand as one of the most remarkable archaeological sites in Turkey. Visitors can walk along the ancient streets of the Acropolis, gaze at the dramatic hillside theater, and explore the remains of temples that once defined the skyline of the city. Although time has erased many details lived here, the story of Antipas continues to echo through history. He appears only briefly in the Bible, yet his courage left a lasting legacy. For Christians around the world, Saint Antipas is remembered as one of the earliest martyrs of the Church. His story reminds us of the difficult choices faced by believers during the early centuries of Christianity. Over time, Saint Antipas became associated with healing and protection. In Eastern Christian tradition, he is remembered as a saint invoked for relief from toothaches and dental illnesses. His feast day is celebrated on 11th April in the calendars of the Eastern churches. In a city filled with power, temples, and imperial authority, Antipas chose faith over survival. And because of that choice, his name was written into the pages of the Book of Revelation. More than 19 centuries later, the ancient city of Pergamon still stands, a silent witness to the story of a man who refused to abandon his beliefs. History often remembers kings, emperors, and great generals, but sometimes a single line in an ancient text preserves the memory of someone whose courage changed the lives of those around him. Saint Antipas of Pergamon was one of those people, a faithful witness in a city of power, a martyr, whose story continues to inspire believers and historians alike. Today, visitors from around the world come to explore these places where history, faith, and civilization meet. Discover these incredible journeys with Wow Cappadocia.